Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ozzy. Today we're going to be talking about Palantir Technologies, that's ticker symbol PLTR. Now this is a company that I've spoken about over the past years, since 2021 I believe, when their lockup period had ended. And I'm going to go back and reference that video in a little bit. But this is a company that I have started investing in the $20 range and then bought down to as low as $7 per share. So you can imagine over the past couple of years, I really continued to look into this stock. I've invested in it. I put it in my daughter's account as well. And right now it's sitting at $156 per share. I'm going to be talking about how I feel about the stock and where I think the future of the stock is. Now, this is based on my sentiments and my research, so this is not financial advice, so always do your own research. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. But before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. I don't know if you are aware or not, but I've been not posting for a long time. I've had a lot of big changes in my life. I got a kid now, and I moved, and all these other things, and invested in different things in addition to stocks. So I bought a couple of properties, had to deal with those and whatnot. So and I'm interested in getting back online and getting the community going again. So here I am. So please subscribe, leave a comment. I appreciate all the support from everyone out there. All right, so Palantir Technologies, as you can see, we're sitting at $156 here. So I went back and looked at the videos that I made. I started talking about this stock back in 2021. So, um, this is the update video that I had. This is from 4 years ago. And when I made this video, we're talking here about how amazing Palantir is and the potential that I was seeing in this company. The founders of this company are very well connected, in the business world, in the government. Palantir is doing a lot of AI business with different governments, not just the United States. So there's a lot of potential for growth in that area. And you can see in this video, look at me, I was so skinny back then. We're talking about how Palantir was expecting a 30% year-over-year revenue growth after they posted 47% growth in 2020. So that video was 4 years ago, and then this is from 2 years ago, and this is where Palantir wasn't really doing that well, and of course this past year it has just blown up into something else, right? So if you look at the 1 year performance, a year ago it was sitting at $30. Today it's sitting at $156. If you look at the very, very long term graph here, you can see that it started in the 20s and then it had this like massive drop. And in my first video, I was actually talking about this. When the lockup period ends, people just sell and take profits, and that is so normal for all these companies to be doing that, because people invest in these companies to make money. So when they can sell and make money, they sell and make money. Plus, in addition to that, we had that chaotic period in 2021, 2022. So you can see that the stock just got, shattered, and it was a really good buying opportunity. This is when you look at what this company does and the clients this company has, it's just wild that it was trading in the $6 range, $7 range, $8 range. And then it started picking back up over the past couple of years, and it went as high as $186. And this is, like you can see, this is actually a very a lot of people who invest in stocks, they just want to get online, buy a couple stocks, and get rich overnight. That's not how this thing works. You gotta find these really good companies and continue to invest in them. And when I bought Palantir shares, you can go back and watch my videos. It actually started drastically going downhill, right? And if you were to panic and sell, you end up taking losses at that rate. But um, if you really believe in the company, then you can continue to buy into it and lower your cost. One, never go all in one stock. Always spread out. But like if you're also like purchasing a stock that you really believe, don't put all your money in it all at once. Um, what I do is like I'll start a position and then I'll buy more and then I'll buy more and then I'll buy more. If it like skyrockets, then it is what it is. But if it goes downhill like Palantir does, then you can continue to buy more and more of those shares at a cheaper price. So, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the company. So I have a couple talking points here. I just pulled up this article. So it's talking about how the Palantir stock builds a 400% rally with the record revenue momentum. So it's talking about how Palantir continues to defy skeptics, trading at $156 after touching $190 earlier this month, a level that leaves the stock up more than 400% in the past year. So the market cap sits at $371 billion compared with just 84 billion a year ago. So you can see the massive growth Palantir is having. And a lot of people are like, okay, so it peaked at 190, it's down to 156. Is this still a buy? And that's like where where your research has to come in. Obviously, this is an AI play. This is, in my opinion, also a very well like government connected play as well. So Palantir's revenue climbed 40% year over year to 3.4 billion in the trailing 12 months. And there's a lot of positive numbers to be talking about here, right? Um, the company has really good business in the US. So the US commercial sales jumped about 71%. With the government contracts, the US government contracts up 45%, together accounting for almost 70% of the revenue. So big, the part of the business is coming from the United States government. Um, Europe remains to be a weak spot. They don't have a similar revenue from Europe. But the one thing you got to think about Europe is like they're a little behind with AI and technology. They do a lot of like regulatory stuff too, so they're always like trailing the United States. So once they expand into Europe, I feel like the company is gonna have another massive like blow up in the share price as well as its financials as well. So Palantir is a stock that I trust in. That you know I feel like $156 would still be a buy if it was me. Again, it's not a financial advice, but I will continue buying at $156. It's also September. In September, a lot of people take a lot of people sell stocks, so you might see the share price continue to drop a little bit more. But again, like I don't panic in these situations. Um, Palantir, I feel like is going to be another Nvidia. Where if you look at Nvidia years ago, back in like 2018, 2019, I was like, oh my God, how much more can Nvidia can continue to grow? And since then, it continued to grow and over and over and over again. And Nvidia still remains to be that like monster stock that continues to just grow. And I feel like Palantir is one of those stocks as well. So feeling pretty good about that. It's also a real good company for me that has turned out for me. So excited about that as well. I see it in you know it's one of those stocks that like you just buy and like forget and then you know just let it watch growing in the long term. So very excited to see where Palantir ends up going from here. Super duper bullish in the long term for me and my for my family. So very excited about Palantir. So that's it for today's video. If you want me to continue posting, please let me know in the comments, and appreciate you all for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. And if you're really, really interested, I have a link to my Patreon in the description section. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all. Take care.